We are back from the trip. Phil, what's up?
Hi.
What's good? You didn't go. You didn't miss much. Well, sorry. You didn't miss much on our end. You missed a lot of action down there, but you watched the video, so you're all caught up to date.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Give me your first impressions of the LS Nasty's performance down there.
Oh, if Turbo didn't peel his muffin cap back, anybody could have got it.
Anybody could have got it. Hey, smooth little 8.0 right off the trailer. Felt good.
Most people go 130 like all out, and they go like a 10. Like y'all go 130 and it goes an 8.
What was your initial reaction to the Turbo? And you called me. You FaceTimed me.
Turbo bent his neck. Like literally.
Its neck was bent. It's already sent off. First thing this morning, before I even got here, I was busy editing at home. Chris had the Turbo off the car and sent out to force induction, so it needs a new, more than likely, just a new impeller, and we're hoping that everything on the front cover, the compressor cover, polishes out if there is any dings on there. But I didn't get to film it or anything.
Most of the time you have to buy a new section.
No. He said just a shaft and an impeller. Best case scenario. No, it just doesn't spin anymore. Like, doesn't spin great. It costs doing business, is all I could say. But hey, since we got you here and you're like the infomercial man, hit me with this week's infomercial for the giveaway.
A Turbo or a nitrous kit. Buy one of these 3 shirts. I did pretty good last time.
You did.
Buy one of these 3 shirts, and you could be entered to win in a 78mm Turbo or a nitrous kit. If you literally want to blow your intake manifold off your car, bend your neck, one of the two, you can get either or.
All you gotta do is buy. So all hats and shirts are 1 entry, sweatshirts are 2 entries, and then doing the drawing on the 28th. So let me ask you right now. You know, it's Monday. You a nitrous guy or you a turbo guy?
I'm always a turbo guy.
Wow, you're not even
I used to be a nitrous guy. When nitrous was like $3.50 a pound, I would go fill 3 bottles up in my Honda Civic. It made like $3.50, and I would literally shoot a bottle on the way back from filling 1 to 3 bottles. I love nitrous that much. It was that cheap. But now it's like $6 a pound, and if you want to end up in debt, you're a nitrous.
You want to end up in debt. All right, guys, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're talking about this car. You guys have been seeing this car in the background of videos for a couple months now, and what this is Phil. Are you ready for the name?
Who gave it the name?
The BULL-MARO. Copyrighted. This is the BULL-MARO. You guys saw Jason do a badass single turbo setup on it, and this thing is pretty sweet. Look at it. It's got some color on it now. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of the setup. So this is my buddy Trey. This is his car, and yeah, so should I tell him what actually happened?
Yeah.
So the car was just running slow, and we logged Trey's car at the track, and it had like 280-degree intake air temp. So I said, Trey, you need an air-to-water intercooler. So I literally slap an air-to-water intercooler on it, put it on the dyno, first pull, rod delete. Slings, like, we didn't even tune it. We didn't tune it. We literally just put it on there. It picked up so much horsepower. It went from 200 and like, what was it? It was a blower. It was like 280-degree intake air temps no, it was like 50. It was ridiculous how much the intake air temps dropped. So the stock bottom end LS3 literally said not having it, and just snapped 2 rods, 1 and 2, just snapped them in half. Then it ended up, the pistons looked all right. They just broke upon exit.
You got that Windows Vista mod.
The Windows Vista mod. So, I called Trey. Hold on, let me help Ben. Ben's getting smoked by a sticker. What are you doing? Ben, that's not how the sticker works. I'm saying how you remove the sticker is not how that works.
He told me it would be perfect for this. He's like, just go.
Somebody in the comment section said, "Hey, why don't you let Ben hold the camera when you have nobody to hold the camera?"
Did you just see Ben? Did you see Ben peel a sticker apart? I've never seen that before, but it's. You know what? Just throw that one out, and I'll get you a good one.
It was on so nice.
You know what, Ben? Great recovery.
You like that?
Great recovery.
I couldn't stand. It had this.
The orange sticker. Yeah. All right, so after this thing did the window delete, I called Trey and I was like, listen, dude, your car literally just windowed first pull on the dyno, and it made a lot more horsepower. It picked up like 100 and some horsepower, didn't it?
Yeah, it picked up a ton.
And it made 6,300 RPMs Which, I mean, it's really, that's right where it's making its power. 6,300 RPMs. I had a blower on it, slung the rods out the block, and it was a mess. So I said to Trey, your motor's gone. What do you want to do? He's like, well, do you have a motor there? And if you do, I'll buy it off you. So the old trusty dart block that used to be in the boosted rooster got a new lease on life. The rotating assembly was stripped from it when we started building other motors. We took the rods. The rods out of this are actually going in the Colorado. The crank out of this is in the Grand National. The pistons out of this motor were junk. So it was just the block and heads. And took it up TKM, put a new rotating assembly in there, and freshened up the heads, needed some valves, and made its way into here. So it's got an awesome 427 setup. Got a bunch of parts from Texas Speed in there, and it's a good, I'd say, 12 to 1,300 horsepower motor for a street strip style setup. And that's exactly what this is, street strip style. It's not a filled block or anything like that. It is top fuel hooped. What you know about that? Top fuel hoop, 1/2-inch studs, 6-bolt setup. It's got some Trick Flow 245 cathedral port heads, BTR intake. It's got the Jose turbo that was on the boosted rooster, and it's an 88. What's it? 88 114?
I don't know.
It's a good size. It's a perfect turbo for a street strip setup.
88, and as far as like the turbine side of it, I don't know. It's enough.
Yeah,
Enough to bend his neck.
it feels like a big turbo. Then we got into the turbo kit. We were going to put the blower back on there. He said, hey, can we have Jason come up there and do a turbo kit? So I said, not a problem. So Jason came up here. Jason worked out of our shop, fabbed up a turbo kit in no time. Got a set of Flowtech headers, and then we used this awesome medical grade stainless, and he did an amazing job on the hot side. Single 60 millimeter wastegate, single 50 millimeter blow-off valve. And then we got a Race Parts Solutions 5 to dual 4-inch exhaust. And that's what gives it this awesome look. If you see right here, with the front bumper off, I mean, it's just mean. Phil, how mean is it?
We got some sweet and tidy wiring
It
and
makes
plumbing
me want to
everywhere.
redo my turbo kit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm jealous.
Which will probably
The cow is a little jealous. This turbo setup is just absolutely awesome. So from there, we got into really just the only other thing we did was wiring. He wanted to go to a Holley setup. The Holley Terminator was a perfect option for this car because everything is kind of, I'd say it's like a stepping stone. This motor, if you wanted to make 2,000 horsepower, is configured to make it. You just need to put a different rotating assembly in there, and then pow, 2,000 horsepower.
I mean, you can do it once.
The car is set up to run on E85 Holley Terminator system. I can't speak highly enough of how awesome it is. In 10 minutes, Ben and I had this thing fired up. We plugged it up, gave it power, punched in the cubic inch, what fuel we're running, that it is going to be turbocharged, set base timing, and then how much timing it pulls, incremental to boost, and then
I was able to unlock all the cables and everything, so they're like normal.
You went back and did it on the computer.
Yeah, but
initial startup.
initial startup is a breeze.
Yeah, honestly, it can't be any
run
easier.
like that too.
Fired it right up, ran great. I'm gonna insert some clips of it running. So it is about wrapping up here. We had the interior completely taken out of it. As you can see, we got everything going back in. Wiring all run nice, and honestly, this is just...
We're gonna leave it like that. It's literally gonna be a Civic.
I hate you. One thing that we did do that I really like on this car, opposed to the Cow, is we put manual brakes on it, which I'm so jealous because I still got the stock ABS stuff on mine.
Peasant.
Turns out nobody really makes manual brakes. But
Or 5th gen, because nobody builds a 5th gen.
Wow. Why you're literally, there's one here and one behind you, and you're gonna say that? Hey, don't forget, both of these.
You guys are literally like the minority.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Definitely not
Like,
my first
there's
choice.
more race car G35s than there are 5th gens, which is sad.
but we fabricated away.
Yeah, and it's an awesome car. So right now, this is kind of like a build in progress for Trey and the guys. It's still on stock suspension back here. It just has lowering springs, but I do think in the future they're going to have Jason kind of do a back half 4-link setup, which is going to be sweet. So it's kind of shitty how it happened where we put a car on the dyno first pull trying to help out a buddy, and it slung a rod. And but it's going to be an awesome project in the end, and you guys are hopefully going to see this car on the channel a little bit more. So this is your introduction to it. It's got a bunch of really nice stuff. The car came here already with a 400 and converter already done to it, and we just kind of, Jason did the turbo kit on it. We set the motor in there. TKM built the motor. We set the motor in. Ben wired up the Holly, and that's pretty much the extent of it. The only thing really left to do on it is just hook up the radiators. Jason has it set up with a dual radiator setup. Got to weld these awesome bungs to the radiators and then run all the coolant lines. And then that's pretty much it, isn't it, Ben? Clean up some wiring. There's some stuff, what's that, body control stuff that you had cut open and all that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so the Bull-MARO, definitely going to be a bad ride. An awesome, awesome street car. And I'm just so jealous of the forward-facing turbo. You know what? The good thing.
Drive the turbo on the street.
You know the good thing about a forward-facing turbo? What? It's very far away from your alternator belt.
Somebody in the comments is gonna be like, "Yeah, but it's gonna be real close to some rocks."
Gotta feel what you just love flaming the
I love
commenters.
the comment section. I just love it. You guys entertain me.
Say thank you to them.
Thank you, viewers. I love you guys. Without you, like, I don't know what I would be doing right now. Maybe working.
But yeah, I just wanted to, a lot of people were asking what is up with this car. They said, what's going on with it? What's the deal? And here it is. This is not one of our cars. This is my buddy's Trey car. And it's an awesome, awesome setup. God, it just, the camera doesn't do it justice how awesome this turbo kit is. Looks absolutely sick. So you guys heard it fire up. It's about ready to leave here and go back to Trey's hands, and then they're going to start running it, and then they will put a cage in it and have it back half per Jason. So awesome little setup here. Should be a fun car. The Bull-MARO, I can't say it's the daddy of the COWMARO because the COWMARO is just probably the most. The COWMARO is no.
This is gonna have to take some time. You know, to
the potential.
His neck is gonna have to recover a couple of times before he can come after a cow. But
one thing about the Cow is Ben and I have been tinkering with that thing for long enough now that we got it about damn near figured out. If we could just stop all these random parts from breaking, we'd be good.
if you can just stop trying to go faster.
But this thing right here, long-term potential of this car is absolutely insane. It can go really as fast as you want it to. With whatever setup you want to stuff in there. Hopefully this answers a lot of questions for you guys. What's going on? I don't know if Trey has an Instagram, but if he does, I will link it up here so you guys can follow him. And then when this car goes out and he's racing it when we're not around, you guys can keep up with it. But this car here is going to be badass. So everyone say hello to the Bull-MARO. Shout out to Phil for the name. Got the Bull-MARO and the COWMARO.
And then they got the CAF-MARO too.
They got the CAF-MARO too. The other one they got. That looks just like the cow.
Looks like a cow. That's why it's the CAF-MARO.
The CAF-MARO. Awesome.
That's your daddy, of course, so that's why it's a Bull-MARO.
Let's just have this all be known here. Whether or not that is my daddy or not, I will always be Phil's daddy. Always.
John, I just started this year. How long?
Just start. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I just started. That car has finally gone fast this year. How long did it take you to go fast, John?
Wow.
Because remember,
you know
you
what?
used to be a man pedal guy too.
You know what? How long did it take you to listen to us to put an automatic in it? And they said, "Oh, go
2
fast."
months.
2 months.
I just wanted to do one thing with the manual before I sold it, and I did it. So
Oh, I wanted to go 650s.
now I have transmission problems like you.
Oh, I wanted to go 650s in my manual car.
I didn't want to go 650s. I
Oh.
wanted to go 630. I actually wanted to go 1030s in the quarter.
What'd you go?
1030s.
Wow. If there's a will, there's a way, right? He went out there to the track where there was a nice tail breeze and it pushed him.
Definitely.
You could have let out the
no
clutch,
tail breeze.
or you could have pushed the clutch in. You would have went at 1050.
I actually did one time.
Phil,
I had to because the car started to do this.
wait, let me see that again.
Are you gonna crop that too? That.
God, people are always like, dude, why are you so mean to Phil? And like, really, we just mess around.
Do it to myself.
We just mess around the whole time. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up. Say hello to the BULL-MARO. It is one beast. For a turbo car, it sounds absolutely awesome. So, short time, this thing will be hitting the track and making some passes. And everyone, keep your fingers crossed that the stock diff holds it in just enough to make a couple passes and get some data on it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. It'll have some BPF work done, more BPF work done to it here soon.
Yeah, first hit. I'm sorry.